Next is in the delivery room. Look, be sensible about this, okay? Friends and family are going to be watching these photos and video. Video what looks nice. Let's just leave it at that. There's a really nice moment that you can get, and that is your baby's first cry. They're going to take the baby and they're going to put them on a measuring and cleaning table. And I recommend having just your still camera in just a nice little tiny still camera with you in the delivery room, because it's not big and bulky, it's easy to hold in one hand, and also it records video. So just grab that moment with your camera's video. It's really nice, and you can color it later because they're not looking that great right when they pop out of the matrix. The next moment you really want to capture is when they put baby in mom's arms for the first time. Realize she has worked her butt off for this moment, and you really want to have the camera there to capture it because it's a moment that she is going to remember forever. It's obviously going to be nice to have a family member with you in the hospital that's capturing these things with you in the photos. So it's definitely something you want to think about, whether it's actually mom or dad or your brother or your sister or just your best friend. Someone who you trust to take decent photos and decent video so that you can actually see yourself in the adventure that is occurring. So one of those is going to be the first time you hold your child. And it's a really special moment. Usually it's in the maternity ward, and they've just sort of settled down the baby and everybody's looking at you through the glass, and you actually get to hold your kid for the first time. And definitely if you can get that on photo and video, it's worth it. The next thing you want to have your cameras on standby for is they're going to give the baby the first bath in the hospital. And this is a really nice moment. Now realize the baby might be crying a lot. It's okay. That's what babies do. Capture it, because there's going to be the seconds in there where they're smiling or just chilling out, and those are the ones that you can edit or take photos of. Depending on the pregnancy and the birth, you're going to be in the hospital for 1 to 3 days. So there's going to be nice moments here and there. Just have your still camera and your video camera on standby, because you're going to spend time with your kid. Mom's going to spend time with your kid. Family members are going to be there to spend time with your kid. So just have it on standby. You can get a lot of footage and a lot of video. You may not use all of it later, but it's good to have. There's another little special moment which I really recommend you capturing, and I really recommend you planning out. Look at what mom has had to go through to get baby here. She really deserves something special. So I highly recommend you planning out a little something special that you can do for her on the night of the birth. The baby is going to be in the maternity ward at this point, most likely. So you guys have a few moments to yourself, and you should present her something, a nice bouquet of flowers and a piece of jewelry. Food is not going to be an item at this point. So plan something special and do it. She will remember it forever, and it's really a nice way to say thank you for all the hard work she did in bringing your baby into this world. Next, when you're leaving the hospital, this again is an important point to sort of document legally, because at least on our dual citizenship, the whole thing of going in, having the birth, and actually leaving the hospital with photographic evidence is a key point. Also, it's nice because you just get a few photos of driving away from the hospital and you're documenting this whole adventure that's occurring. So just think about that and making sure you have your camera on standby. The last part we're going to talk about here in this segment particularly is arriving home. Just taking photos or video of when the baby arrives to the house, showing the baby around the house, and then just putting her in bed and she starts sleeping for the first time, or he starts sleeping for the first time, or they start sleeping for the first time. After that, you pretty much just want to have your cameras and your video camera on standby to grab the moments of magic as they occur. Because there's going to be many, a lot of them are going to happen between 2 and 7 in the morning. So just have them on standby around where the baby is or where you can grab easily. Now that we've spoken about moments that you should capture, let's just take a moment to talk about things you might not want to capture. Now I know some people go for the medical documentary aspect of the birth. I don't recommend this because I can just tell you, unless your friends are surgeons, they don't want to see that. What they want to see is baby in mom's arms, baby being cleaned off, baby being held by parents. What they don't want to see is baby popping out of the matrix, because it's not a pretty moment. So before you do that, Just think. Are you making a porn, a medical documentary, or a family video shoot? Think about it before you do it and make the right choice. One last thing let's talk about is the value of being digitally organized. Digital is a blessing and a curse. It's great in that you can capture a lot of stuff. It's bad that if you don't have it organized, it can become a mess really fast. So make sure you group your photos and your video by easy to remember periods. You can do it by date, which is recommended. You can do it by location. You can do it by specific incident that's occurring. However you do it, don't just dump it in one huge folder saying photos or video, because you're going to regret it later. So take some time after you do each batch of photos or video to organize it up so it's sensibly organized. This will save you having to spend hundreds of hours on it later when you realize that you need to. Sharing your digital information and memories has never been easier. Now with the internet and the various photo and video sharing sites that they have, such as Shutterfly, Flickr, WebShots, and other ones like this, you can really easily share your photos with anyone or everyone anywhere in the world. So find one that you're comfortable with and refer your friends and family to that. Sometimes they really appreciate that more than receiving regular emails with tons of photo attachments, because that way they can download the photos they want and they can even order prints of them straight from the website, which can be really convenient for them. Well, thanks for watching The Clueless Father. I hope that helps in terms of just calling to your attention some moments you might want to capture and some things you might want to do to be ready for documenting the whole adventure that you're going to be having with mom, yourself, and baby, or babies as the case may be. Thanks again for watching, and hope to see you again on The Clueless Father.